others celebrate the wins,
Yes.
we celebrate the mud.
each episode has a special guest.
Tony-nominated actress, Broadway's Lily Cooper.
Tashir Zameda.
David A. Gregory.
Getting messy with muddy topics.
We are going to be talking about grief journey.
With hilarious moments
Now get over here.
And deep conversations.
I'm ashamed to even admit this, but this is what happened.
This is Into the Mud.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Into the Mud podcast. While others celebrate the wins,
We celebrate the mud. We're coming to you from a new space at the Malin. We are coming from the library space instead of the barrel room.
it's so gorgeous. We're
It's
obsessed.
stunning.
We love it.
We love it.
I'm Drew King,
I'm Alex Cuman.
and today we have a dear friend of mine on the podcast who also maybe happens to be my voice teacher, the amazing, beautiful Matthew Anchel.
Hello, so nice to be here.
Hi, Matthew.
What a
guys
great
doing?
voice. A truly incredible
Thank you so much.
voice.
No.
If you haven't already
Wow.
gathered, Matthew is an opera singer.
Yes, I am.
A
Straight
beautiful,
up.
beautiful, incredible opera singer.
I try.
You
Unreal.
really, no, you succeed, honey.
Thank you,
You are nailing it. Okay, so Matthew, just brief credits. I know that you were born and raised in New York City on the Upper West
I'm
Side.
a proud Upper West Sider.
Because I've had voice lessons in, I think, your childhood
Yeah,
home.
I used to teach for my parents' home before they
Yes.
retired. They had the perfect Upper West Side voice teacher apartment.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. It's so beautiful.
I'm picturing it.
I
There's
love
like
it.
a nice rug and the
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
An old,
Yes.
version rug. Yeah, exactly.
Indiana
And growing up on the
Jones.
Upper West Side, like how beautiful and amazing that you have now ended up career-wise at the Metropolitan. I almost said the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
I
The
mean,
Met-
what's so
At the
crazy is actually there's some Anchel there too because my grandfather was an artist.
Oh my
And
God.
some of his lithographs are part of their collection. So
What?
we're both
That's
Mets, the
amazing.
Anchels. Yeah,
The Anchels are dominating the Mets.
Yeah, the art
I wish
scene,
that you
yeah.
had like a great grandfather who played for the Mets, the baseball
I
team, or
wish
something like that.
too. I wish
We
too,
all
but
wish
no,
that.
Your family
no.
sucks. No,
I
I'm
know
kidding.
we're terrible, but it's like a generations of show business. My great aunt was on Broadway. My great grandmother was a
God.
seamstress for vaudeville. So it's like show business is in my blood.
It is in your blood, Matthew.
Oh, that's so cool. On a quick side note, I did a show a couple months ago at Charlie Chaplin's old vaudeville, one of his old vaudeville spaces, and it was
my
like on the Lower East Side behind this
so
like.
cool.
That's what I love about New York is like you never know what's behind a door.
Yeah.
Like it was like this kind of like unlit street, and it's like this rusty brown door, and I walk in, and you walk upstairs, and it's this huge like theater style space. I was like,
That's
oh my God,
amazing.
this is
I
so
love
cool.
it.
We love a vaudeville.
That is so cool.
Okay, we can move on now.
Okay, so Matthew, you're an opera singer.
Yes.
Incredible opera singer. You are also my voice teacher, and you are also the voice teacher for many other amazing, incredible singers. We have quite a few friends: Allison, Diana, who I don't know. There's other people.
Lots of people.
Natalie,
Yeah.
Patrick. Yeah. There's a bunch of people out there. And you. Okay, you're a teacher. Oh, you're also currently right now on Worst Cooks in America, the
Well,
television show.
I was just voted off. I know.
Damn
it's
it.
really sad. But that was so fun. I'd always wanted to be on TV, and finally I got to be on TV.
Oh my God,
And it
I've
was
seen-
such a crazy experience.
I've seen all the clips. It looks
Yes.
amazing.
It was so fun. And really, like, it's Worst Cooks in America. I hadn't cooked for like 4 years before I was on the show. And I haven't cooked since, to be honest, because it
Why
was
do you
so
need to?
much. I was like, why am I making paella on a TV set right now? Like,
Wait,
no.
give us some behind the scenes. First of all, tell us the process for getting on the show.
So I had done a reality show, like a pilot sizzle, years and years and years ago, about opera singers called Love and Opera for We. It was not picked up, sadly. I would not be here. I'd be in Hollywood. No. But because I did that, I'm like, I get contacted by casting directors for reality shows.
Oh, no way.
So
Okay.
I was sent a audition listing, I guess, for this show, and I sent my tape in. I was just like, hey, I was literally at the grocery store, like, hi, I'm Matthew Anchel, and I don't cook. I'm actually getting prepared food at the grocery store right now. You should have me on your show. And they called me 5 minutes later, and they were like, can you get on a Zoom immediately? And then they cast me on the show, which was crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was so fun.
That's
Oh my God.
I know, it was so fun. It was so fun.
is
I'm dead.
awesome.
That's incredible. Okay, so how many rounds did you make it?
So there were 7 episodes in the season, and I made it to 6 episodes.
Matthew.
I know. It was so fun. And I got a lot of like great material for, I guess, my reality show reel. I don't
Sure.
know. Like I
Sure.
want to do more because it was so fun. But yeah, they flew us to England to film the show and like put us in a hotel. It was so fun. It
Did
was
they
amazing.
pay you? Do they pay
They
you?
do. I mean, like not that much,
Not
but
much,
like
but-
I didn't lose money doing it. But
That's all that
That's a lot of
matters.
opera, by by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep telling people it's like a regional opera gig, you know.
That's like
we
stand-up
know
comedy.
about that.
That's
We know
stand-up
all
comedy.
about that.
Yeah,
I was just
yeah,
having
yeah.
a conversation with some friends who just went to like DC to do shows, and they were like, "Oh, I lost money. I had to pay for myself, pay
Yep.
for my lodging.
Yep.
Yeah.
The door deal didn't pan out," and it's like, "Ugh, why are we losing
I
money this
know.
It's
far?"
I
a
know.
racket.
Yeah.
And being an entertainer sucks. I mean, it's amazing. It's incredible. But
Oh no, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
financially,
but
it's
they're
love it.
upfront costs.
the upfront costs, honey, we were just having a conversation about that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but we are here to have a very cool conversation today that I'm very excited about because we don't have this topic on the podcast yet. We're like almost 60 episodes deep.
Wow.
We don't have this topic
Oh my
yet.
gosh.
That's wild.
I know.
That's
So
incredible.
crazy.
Okay, so we are going to be talking in particular about body positivity, but also getting muddy about, I guess we can say, like plus size shaming and what it means to be plus size in the world of entertainment and also in the queer gay community. So there's a lot of things in here that we're going to be discussing and talking about. But first and foremost, I want to start on the positive note is that you have been an advocate for body positivity for quite some time. I'm assuming probably your whole life, but I'm curious about like when. And also because you had a series on TikTok, My Gay Best Friend.
Yes, but we
and-
also, so I'll get into this, but I had
Yeah.
a web series called Angry Fat People with my fabulous friend Tracy Cox.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So break it down for us. Like when did you first notice? I guess this is like going back. That's like hit some psychotherapy here. Like going back, when is the first time? I mean, I think we all have our own personal history when somebody made us feel othered for the way that we look in any which way capacity, for being queer, for being a disgusting woman, or for
For being a young Arab girl with a mustache and sideburns
Oh,
and a
no.
unibrow.
Oh,
Get
I'm
her
sure
out
you
of
were
here.
gorgeous, though.
She was beautiful, and so was that lip hair. My mom lasered off. My mom works in laser skincare.
Oh my gosh,
so
that was so
she's
convenient for you.
extremely convenient. When I was in
Wow.
5th grade, getting hair follicles burned off of my face
Oh my God, she was
and
like, "We gotta
body.
take care of this."
She was straight up.
Yeah.
She was like, "We're gonna get to work," and I'm like, "It hurts."
I mean, look, whatever your mom's doing though is working because
No,
and her mom
she
is
looks-
stunning.
No, she's impeccable.
Oh, she
Beautiful,
looks at your
beautiful,
jeans.
beautiful
You
woman.
keep looking great.
I hope so. She doesn't drink or smoke or do anything bad, so I'm.
Well, you know,
neither do I.
we all have our own journeys. Anyway, okay, so let's dive back into childhood. Or when was the first time that anyone ever made you feel, or that you can remember that somebody made you feel othered for not being a skinny little gay twink?
Yeah, I mean, like immediately. Like I can't remember a time where like I wasn't being told because it was always like the doctor's appointment, and I would
God,
go
okay.
get weighed and
At the
like,
pediatrician
the
even?
pediatrician, and it
Wow.
was like, well, maybe come back on Monday to weigh again. Maybe you'll weigh less. This is this whole like dialogue that like started from like immediately existing. Like so, but for whatever reason, because I was thinking about this before I came here today, I always thought that despite that I deserved everything. And I don't know if that's because my parents
I love
were really encouraging.
Yeah.
But so the thing, and I was a really, I don't want to say I was a troubled kid. Like I got in trouble a lot. I was very dramatic. I cried a lot. I would throw tantrums, and it was usually though that I was protesting my treatment. You know, so like people would be mean to me, or like a teacher would do something or whatever, and I'd be like, "No, this is not okay," and I
Yeah.
would get in trouble for the reaction
I
to
see.
saying this is not okay.
For
I don't
challenging
know.
authority.
Yeah, for challenging authority,
Okay.
or for overreacting to something cruel someone said to me. So that's just always been there. But I always think about this, like, why did you think that like you deserved respect? Because some people don't, and
Yeah.
they go through life thinking, oh, there must be something really wrong with me, and like I need to change, or like I need to like I need to be smaller and quiet myself. But I was like always like, no, I deserve everything. Like screw you.
Yeah.
Which did not. It was not easy. But yeah, no, I mean, from youth, I think people were telling me I needed to be smaller, that I needed to be different,
Yeah.
and I mean, it affected me greatly, and I'm still struggling with it
course.
till this day. But I still have that in me that it's like, no, I'm okay the way I am. You know.
I love it.
That's
It's-
great. I feel like
that
a
is
lot of people
beautiful.
don't have that.
No, I know.
That's such a
so I'm like,
good-
why did I? Like, it's
Yeah.
just, I'm lucky that someone, I had people in my life telling me that I was like special or good or whatever, but
Yeah.
like, you can have people say that to you and you don't believe it, but I really did for
course.
some
It's
reason.
yeah,
you know?
that's where I'm like, because you can. There's so many people that are always like, no, you're great and you're perfect, and and you're this and that, but like to know it,
Totally.
is really, really what a great counterbalance to all the external
thank goodness.
messaging.
But like, I really think it was probably my parents that like made me feel like, oh no, you're special. You deserve to be treated with respect. But as an adult, like going into opera and everything, I was like kind of going through, and I was definitely sort of sucked in by diet culture. And I remember doing crash diets and all this stuff, but it was never about like, oh, I have to do it or I won't be attractive. It was like, oh, well, I have to do this to like get ahead in the business, because there was so much conversation, which was so ironic because like I wanted to be an actor, but I went into opera because I was like, oh, well, I'm fat, so I'm allowed to be fat as an opera singer.
Wow.
Right? No.
Oh my gosh.
It was like, it was the timing of the industry too. Like all these people were now there. Have you ever heard of bear hunks?
Bear hunks, no, but I should.
Bear hunks, like a baritone, but a hunk.
Oh my
so
God.
you had to be a bear hunk, and I was like, wait, what? I thought I was allowed to be Pavarotti and like be fat and fabulous.
Wait, but a bear hunk is a baritone,
like
a
baritone.
baritone who is a hunk. What is hunk?
So
Give us specifics.
It means you like have a six pack or something.
You got to be hot.
Yeah, you got to be hot.
Gays, man.
I know.
Gays and entertainment.
And gays and entertainment.
Yeah.
Totally. So my bubble was burst when I was like, wait, oh my God, I thought I could eat pasta and sing opera and it was okay. No, you have to like be this whole other thing. And so I definitely like did crash diets and everything. But finally, I'm so lucky because I got into the LA Opera program, which was a big deal. And I was like only like 21 or 22.
Yeah.
And I met Tracy Cox, who became a collaborator and just like really close friend of mine. And she was like already on this journey of, body positivity, acceptance. And she wasn't even like, now if you follow her on social media, her social media name is Sparkle Jam. She's fabulous. She
I love
posts
that
all these
handle.
amazing memes about this, and it's so clear. And back then she was just like talking that way. And I was like, wait, what? I can think like that. I don't have to like hate myself and constantly be trying to lose weight. Like, oh, okay. And that really changed my life. Like
That's
really in a big way.
That's an aha light bulb moment.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's so important to have that. I remember that aha moment for me in comedy was like listening to Amy Schumer talk about HPV, where I was like, wait, we're allowed to
We can
say
these
this
things?
out loud?
Totally.
Yeah.
That we just had a conversation before you came in about like the internet and social media and all the difficulties of it, but I do think this is one of the very positive aspects of it.
Absolutely.
Of like you really do have access to so many different voices, and it's stuff like this where you're like hearing someone who is in a different place or a place where you want to be talking about stuff that you haven't heard spoken about before is so important.
Total. I mean, and representation. I mean, we all know. I think everyone here knows this. Like, and that was the big thing too. Is like in gay culture and in gay media in the '90s and early 2000s, there was no one that looked like me too. But now, I mean, there could still be more, of course. But like now, I see like other big gay guys like doing cool stuff and being part of pop culture and everything. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Like, there's like little kids who are not going to be some gay twink are going to see that and go, oh, there's a place for me. I don't have to just be this like one thing. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have a question because we'll dive deeper into the world of opera and entertainment and being plus size and what that all means. But I'm curious I feel like in the wake of Black Lives Matter, there was a lot of online discourse and a lot of narrative about more inclusivity in general for everybody when it comes to Hollywood, when it comes to Broadway. Especially there was a lot of conversations in the theater community being like we need more body positivity and more body size inclusivity, more like people who are not able-bodied inclusivity. So I feel like there were a lot of casting decisions that were happening in like 21, 22 that were really opening up and broadening the range for casting choices and saying like, okay, if you're going to play Belle in Beauty and the Beast, you don't have to be the perfectly skinny brunette. Like I think they had a plus size Belle. I hate that I even have to say it that way.
She was a size 8.
I know, right? A plus, like I think it was at the Ordway in St. Paul.
She was fabulous.
She was fabulous.
I think we're thinking of the same
beautiful.
person.
Like
amazing.
Not only was she black, but she also was like plus size, and she was gorgeous. Had this incredible voice, beautiful
was so
Belle.
good, yeah.
And then the man who played the Beast, he was an amputee. He had one of his legs amputated. It was just this thing that was so celebrated that it was like, amazing. We can like lift this up. It doesn't have to be, the perfect conventional body type or size or style. However, I feel like all that got shit on when Ozempic came out. Like, I feel like suddenly everyone was like, body inclusivity, just kidding, take the shot, get skinny. And I feel like everyone's running towards Ozempic now. And I'm not shaming it. I'm not judging it if that is anyone's journey. If you feel, I don't know, healthier and happier and more joyful taking the shot, great. Like, to each their own. But I'm curious, I don't know, like, what has that been like for you? Like,
you took like all the words out of my mouth about
sorry.
this, but
Okay.
but literally, because like over the pandemic and then like sort of immediately post pandemic, I think we all saw a lot of like interesting casting and just like
Yeah.
a lot more representation. And how cool is that? And even before the pandemic, I think body positivity was really having a moment.
Yeah.
And with Ozempic, with these weight loss drugs, like, yes, it's like,
Dead.
actually just kidding. I want to be as skinny as possible.
Yeah.
And like, I'll be honest with you guys, I have not said this anywhere, but I do take Ozempic.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
let me tell you, and I'll be very honest, I started because my doctor was like, okay, your health is like this now. You have to go on 5 pills. And I was like, no. I was like, no way. And I was like, what, is there another option? And this is after years and years and years of crash dieting. I didn't want to do that again. And
Of course.
I've been on it now for like, I think a year and a half. And
Great.
and it's been great. And the thing that's so great is like, I feel so much better.
I was gonna ask
Really? Okay.
what because I have some friends on it and they've talked about because I didn't really know that much about it, and then the friends who have been on it are like, it's not just like the miracle thing. It actually just changes the way that you look at food and crave food and the amount that you can consume. And so break it down for folks who aren't as familiar. What is it like? How has the experience been for you, and what does it do? What's it? Yeah.
So, I mean, a big part of why I think my health had gotten to a place, because I'd always been very healthy. Then all of a sudden I was getting these numbers in my blood testing where I was like, oh no. But a big part of that was because of my schedule as a performer. I was the busiest I've ever been. And I was like going to these places where you don't have like great options when you get off rehearsal at 11 at night. And then also I'm definitely an anxious person. I will like eat pretty well during the day, and then 11 p.m. hits and it's like, I must eat 3,000 calories. Like it's just, that is just how my brain works. When you're on this drug, all that goes away. You don't want to do that. You're not even thinking about it. In the beginning, because when it gets weaker over time, and that's why you have to raise the dose. But in the beginning, I'd have to remind myself to eat.
Oh my God.
So it was a very big difference. I saved so much money on food in my first few months. I was like, because I have a budgeting app that tells me like what I spend. And it was like, you spent like X amount less on food this month. I was like, well, that paid for itself, you know, because
Yeah.
stuff isn't cheap. So yeah, it's been really amazing. And just like the way I feel when you binge late at night, you wake up feeling like garbage.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
probably don't sleep well.
Exactly.
And yeah.
So now I don't do that, and it's really, really nice. And for
Amazing.
me though, I've been focusing on what are my numbers at the doctor, how do I feel, and I don't weigh myself. I had to at the doctor, of course, they always weigh us, but I'm really not focusing on that, and that's how I've been using it, and it's been great. It's been really great. But like, I don't push it on people. I don't really even talk about it that much with people because I know there's a lot of stuff, and because I am so fat positive, body positive, I don't want people to think like I'm still fat. Like I lost a bunch of weight, but like I'm still a fat person. I mean, I'm just always going to be a big person. So I'm not thinking like, wow, now I'm so much better than before. I don't think I'm better than before. I think I just feel a little better than before.
And feel healthier.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yes,
It's a
exactly.
shift. It's that's a life and a health shift.
Yes,
Instead of a
totally.
Hollywood
But
craze
then with the health
shift.
thing, what's so tricky is like, yes, I feel healthier. Yes, it's better, but also that's none of your business. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm choosing to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
But like people get so, they're like, well, being fat isn't healthy. It's like, leave me alone. Like you don't actually
That's
care
also
about my
not
health.
true though.
also
For
not
some
true.
people,
No, I know.
Yeah.
Because I was for years and years and
Yeah.
years, and I'm a big guy, and it just all of a sudden my numbers got bad. So yeah.
We're getting older.
Yeah,
We're getting-
I know.
know,
Well,
honey.
speak for yourself.
It's also I'm 12. I talk about this all the time on the podcast. I've had cancer 3 times. My second time I had cancer, I was training for my second marathon. Like
Yeah.
Oh my God.
being like petite or being so petite.
I can relate. I'm so
God,
little.
Alex,
Just
way to
so
rub it
little.
in.
being petite and skinny and in shape.
Oh my God.
Riddled with cancer. Riddled with it.
Wow.
Filled up. But that's like it's one does not equal the other. Like and
totally.
I love also what you said about like I think we all just need to take a moment and acknowledge that like bodies are fucking different.
Yeah.
Bodies are different. I read this thing that kind of blew my mind once too on the internet where it was like because you see all these like fitness people all the time with like just like shredded abs and they're like this is what I do every day and it's like someone was like that's not necessarily because of what they do every yes they work hard and you need to work hard to have a six pack, but they are also genetically predisposed to have that. And so there's probably a reason that they chose this career path, because that type of body comes easier to that person. I've never had a six pack in my life. I've been a lifelong athlete. I've done all sorts of stuff. It's not in the cards for me. And it's like, doesn't mean I'm unhealthy. Doesn't mean we equate these things, you know? Totally. And it's like, and it's also just people's bodies are just different.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been an Anchel in all of history with a six pack. I don't think it's in the cards.
It's just not even lithograph Anchel.
No. I mean, these are all like tiny little Jewish people from Eastern Europe. Like, I don't think they have six
Eastern
packs.
European Jews. Cheers.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey now, Lithuanian.
Wow, hello.
Happy.
Cool.
I love that. Okay. Must be nice.
Well, I love that. I'm actually really happy to have. Thank you for sharing that. I know that.
I told you I'm an open book. I'll talk about anything.
Thank you.
Love.
But no, I am curious about it because I'm not. I guess I've been curious, like, what is the discourse in the body positivity community going on right now? Are people saying, like, I can't believe you're a traitor and you're on Ozempic now, like, you know, embrace and love who you are and that's what you should be? Or are there people saying, you know, oh, like, do whatever is going to make you feel best and whatever makes you feel healthy?
There's
many
both.
different
There's
channels
both.
of conversation that are happening right now
It's
that I was
really
curious
tricky.
about.
It's really tricky. And it's, of course, made some awkward moments for me and people that, like, you know, I think are very fat positive, body positive. And it sucks because it has created sort of a rift.
Yeah.
Not for me. I'm like, because I'm like, do what you want. Like, do what's best for you. But yeah, it's very complicated. But I think it's only made worse by the fact that media and movies and just like everything being thrown at us now is so about thinness again. And it wasn't for a while.
Yes.
So it does feel like a little, like, even when I started, I was like beating myself up about it. But I was like, no. This isn't about that. This is just about you don't feel good and you don't want to take 5 pills a day. Like, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's really tricky. It's tricky.
It's ramping back up again. I was reading an article about TikTok, and TikTok had the hashtag, I think it was called Skinny Talk. And it was encouraging, of course, like young girls to live and embrace a very, very unhealthy, skinny lifestyle. And, you know, there were videos of girls comparing like the gaps between their thighs and how skinny their legs were. And so TikTok had to step in essentially and ban the hashtag.
I'm actually
And now-
shocked they did that.
Shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked.
I mean,
I
so
know.
many other things they let
Shockingly,
slide.
yeah.
And apparently now if you type in hashtag skinny talk on TikTok, it'll bring you to a resource page that's like if you're struggling with like eating disorders. And I was like, whoa, since when did
Imagine.
TikTok step up in that capacity? But it just goes to show you that it was happening so often today. Like this article was written last month.
Wow.
So
That's
it's happening so
crazy.
much right now that like we've gone right back to being like, oh, we were body positive for like, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years. And then now it's right back to being obsessed with being skinny.
Yeah.
And this like unrealistic standard for everybody in Hollywood, for
Everything.
women, but also let this be our segue into the gay queer community.
I was gonna ask when we were getting to it.
Honey, talk to us about your experience being, quote unquote, to quote Grindr, fat and femme.
Wait, give us a breakdown for our non-gay
Yeah,
audience.
yeah.
So if you're okay,
For
so
all
there's-
4 of them.
So yeah, there are many an adult gay app, but they are savage, and they also very much like prize and prioritize muscular white men who have like an Adonis body. And there are many men who are on there that are specifically only looking for quote unquote masculine types. So people will say mask only, MASC only. And then a lot of times they'll say the common phrase that you'll see in a lot of people's profiles that they publish with their own words is no fats, no femmes, no Asians, is what people say all the time.
What?
I'm not making this up.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's all the time. You'll see it. And so basically it's these like ripped, beautiful white men, particularly, who will be like, I'm not interested if you're fat, I'm not interested if you're femme, and I'm not interested if you're Asian. It's awful. It is an awful landscape.
Oh God.
Not everybody. There's a lot
Not
of
all gay men.
I've had some
Hashtag not all
wonderful,
gay
beautiful
men.
experiences
and
on there.
it is
But
actually, I feel like that's less. It's happening a little less.
it's
I
happening
see
less
it
because
less.
people have called it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
So-
you're posting your face picture like
gonna say,
with this.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's so much that could happen. Like
wild.
Yeah.
God. Okay.
No, it's
So let's talk about your experience as fat femme
Yeah.
on the apps and in the gay community.
So wow, it's been a wild ride.
Ooh, I'm sure.
Yeah. One thing I try to remind myself of a lot is that if someone posts that on their profile, they're making it really easy for me to know that they're not interested and I should just move on.
True.
So,
Okay, fair.
And like, I don't want to associate with anyone like that.
Yeah.
Why would I even want to, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel that way about a lot of gay stuff. You know, people can feel very threatened by that kind of gay man. But when I've really thought about it over the years, it's like, oh, wait, literally, I don't align with that person in any way. We have different values. They have different interests. I don't want to go to a circuit party and do drugs all night. Like, that's just not what I want to do.
Yeah.
So, like, I am less bothered by all of this now because it's like our worlds do not meet. Like, why do I care? You know?
Yeah.
But there was a time when I really did care and it was really discouraging to see that all over the place. And yeah, it was really hard. It's also hard because, and this still happens to this day, like, I also attract a guy who maybe is secretly into a fat guy, but
Like a
doesn't
secret chaser.
yeah, exactly, and like wants that experience, but
There's a
doesn't want
term
anyone
in
to know.
There's a term in the gay community
Yes.
called chubby chaser,
Yeah,
which is like men in particular
Yeah.
who like a bear, quote unquote,
Yeah.
or like a larger man.
Okay.
So they
That
call
feels-
they're called chasers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
So
mean,
much
there's
terminology.
there's a similar. I mean, there's
Yeah.
the equivalent.
Oh yeah,
in
yeah. There's the
straight.
equivalent in
Yeah,
straight.
yeah.
Yes, of course,
totally.
of course.
And sometimes chasers don't necessarily have to be like, it's not a negative thing always. It's just what
Yeah.
they prefer. And there's a difference between like someone fetishizing you and someone
Yeah.
just thinking you're attractive.
Yeah.
Right.
But I am like the victim of a lot of fetishization, I think, and have been in my life. Less so now. Like all this stuff has gotten so much better just because I'm better at being like, no, I don't want
Yeah.
that. That doesn't work for me. But when you're young and you're looking for validation and you're insecure, you're like, oh, you like me? Wow, I'll do whatever you want. You know?
Yeah.
So
Well, I wanted to go back to that because you said you used to like things have changed.
Yeah,
and I think
yeah,
this goes across the board for really anyone,
Yeah.
no matter what your orientation. Like the way that you seek validation as
Yes.
when you're younger
Totally.
versus what
Oh, absolutely.
gets you like where you are now.
Totally.
And I would love to know from both of you actually, like how have you changed in terms of what you seek in like romantic or pleasurable partnerships, and like how has that changed from when you were younger to now?
I'm in the hot seat now. Okay. Wow, this is a really tough question because it's an ongoing battle for me.
I
Yeah.
haven't gotten to the place yet, but I'm way better now than I used to be, and I look at myself differently now.
Yes.
I'll start while you think.
No, I think I have
You got
something
it?
to say.
Okay,
I
great.
mean, similar to what you said, it's taken me a long time to get there, and I'm still working on it, but I've made great strides, is realizing when I'm not in alignment with somebody. So I think there is so much of my identity and my upbringing that I wanted to be in the in crowd.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's like, I think it's because when you're in elementary school, you want to sit at the popular kids table because you don't understand what it means. You just know they're in and I'm out, and that's all you know, as base as that is. So I think I felt a lot of that in the gay community. When I came out of the closet, I was like, "Ah, I'm gay now. I can finally be accepted. And then you enter the gay world and you're like, oh, fuck.
No.
There's a whole other
Well, and gay men are
patriarchy
just
here.
men in the end, you know?
Yeah,
Correct. So I think what's
that's a real.
that is, there they are. They are still men. So I mean, I think for me, it's realizing where I'm simply just not in alignment with a lot of these people. I went to my first horse meat disco on Memorial Day weekend, and great, I'll never go again. I don't have to go. I knew I wasn't gonna like it, but I think there was a part of me that was like, I'm supposed to like the circuit parties. I'm supposed to like these people. I'm supposed to want to be here partying. I'm supposed to want to fit in. And then I went. And then I was like, yeah, it's simply just not for me. And
You
I'm cool
really
with that.
don't have to do any
You
of
don't
that
have
stuff.
to.
And it's okay if they do it and you have no interest
Yeah.
and they don't even want you there. I don't want to be there either.
I'm
you know?
happy that they're having
Yeah,
fun. Like,
exactly.
that's great. Not for me. So
Exactly.
it's been a lot of me realizing that I have amazing people in my life. I have amazing friends. And as I'm dating now, I'm focusing on, instead of focusing on the like, it's hot and it's passionate and we're having amazing sex, I'm trying to focus on the like, this is a really amazing person who I can spend my time and my energy with. Because I have had some exes who, very, very, very much were committed to looking a certain way and being the hot person and needing the community and people to love them and let them be hot. And I was like, we are not in alignment with the way that we see this. Alignment is the word for me.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I mean, there are like optics to dating too, and people
Yeah.
really want. I mean, with social media, we all know this. People really want to be perceived in a certain way, and they want to have a
Yeah.
partner that sort of fits their imagination of how they're perceived by people
The
and
elite
everything.
gay couple,
Yeah,
like, yeah.
exactly. And like, I have people in my life that they are not that, and they hate those people, and it consumes them that they hate them so much. But what I try and say to everyone all the time, and I say to you, and I kind of just did, is like, you don't care. Like, that's not actually what you want.
Yeah.
It's not what you're looking for in this world, and just because that can get a lot of attention, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not what you're even interested in.
Yeah.
But also, it's okay if you are interested in that. Like, people, if you want something and that's what matters to you, great.
Yeah.
But if it isn't actually, and that's the same thing with relationships, I'm always like, do I even want a relationship? Do you think you're supposed to? There are things that come with that are appealing, but like, sometimes I'll be sitting home alone and I'll be like, imagine if someone else was here right now. That'd be terrible.
I'd be
like,
so annoyed.
I'd be like, oh my gosh. So yeah, there's so many things in life where if you really think about it, you're like, oh wait, I don't care. Oh wait, that isn't important to me. Oh wait, I don't actually want that. It's so hard. Yeah.
What about you, Alex?
I think similarly, I think growing up, I was very much I was for sure like a tomboy growing up and was very like in with guys all the time and as buddies.
Yeah.
And I think that form, like I would have crushes on guys and then they would be like, oh yeah, I like your friend who's super feminine, I was always the intermediary of like, they would tell me who they liked and it would always be like the like cutesy like blonde little like hot cheerleader and I'm like playing
Kelly.
soccer and I'm doing this. Kelly's
my fictional girlfriend. Yeah.
She's so hot.
She's so fucking hot.
She's so hot. She's not here though. She's
out
of town.
She's still on vacation.
She's still on vacation.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh man, she sounds really hot.
Yeah.
She's such a
Yeah, bro.
such a big
Yeah,
yeah.
Football, sports ball.
But I think that like all throughout high school that really would like affect me in a way that I was like, oh, I guess I'm just like not. I guess I'm not it.
Yeah.
And then when I got to college, I went like totally opposite direction. I was like, well, let me just go fuck everyone. I'll show you. And then that wasn't it either because I was like, well, this isn't fun either.
Yeah.
And then when I started to like, I realized as like opera as this sounds, it was very much became an internal thing of like, you're seeking for validation in other people.
Yes.
You're looking
Oh my God.
You're looking at a relationship or someone being interested in you as the validation point when you need to bring that first. And then when that started happening through many years of therapy and through finding out ways that I felt healthy and most like myself, that's when things started to change and I started having like actual meaningful long-term relationships that were based in love and like,
Totally.
But
We
it's
didn't actually
all-
give you a
yeah.
chance to say yours.
I think, and this is actually pretty recent too, it was like realizing, oh, I actually bring a lot to the table. And what do you bring to the table? And is this good enough? Also, my other thing when it comes to like hookup apps and everything is if I detect someone's not into it, I've never lost my boner faster. Like I don't, if I think you're not into it, I'm like, oh, well then that's okay.
Same.
And I just move on. But when I was younger, I think I'd be like, well, no, look at this picture. And oh no, I'm actually like this. And no, I'm super butch. Yeah, totally. And there was this like need to make them want to like me or want to fuck. And I just don't care anymore. It's like, you either need to be into all this or it's okay. It's not even like, fuck you. It's like, that's okay, bye. Like, fine,
This idea that like you are the sundae with the cherry on top already.
Yeah.
And like another person in your life is just maybe some extra sprinkles. But like moving into that versus being like, I'm just like a scoop of vanilla ice cream and you're bringing all the other fun stuff.
Totally.
It's like, no. I am the I am
I'm
it.
already the
Yeah.
totally.
I'm already
totally.
it.
Yeah.
And there's a way to be like that and not be an asshole. Like I don't say that to anyone. I'm not like you're not enough. I'm not.
You are
sorry, you're not
extra
good enough.
sprinkles.
Not enough?
and
Not
that's
enough?
it.
No. But just for myself, allowing myself to go, you know what? That's not good enough for
Yeah.
me. And this is brand new. I never used to be like that. This has sort of been me coming here. And like, I think there are all these sort of stereotypical conversations that people have where it's like, as you get older, people get too picky and then maybe you're not going to be in a relationship. But like, I don't want to be in a relationship if it's not something that makes my life better.
Girl,
And
I
it's
feel
not
the exact
picky.
same way.
It's not picky. It's
To-
you
yeah.
living life the way you want to live it
Yes.
and not settling and not doing a thing or bringing someone into your life that's not going to be a value add.
Well,
You
and I
got to
don't
be a
know-
value add.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I used to like date people where I wouldn't have even been their friend. Like, and I'm picky about who I'm friends with. Like, I love my
Yeah.
friends so much, and it's like, why was I willing to do all that for someone that I might not have been friends with?
Yeah.
It's so weird. Why do we do
have
that?
discovered that in dating.
Yeah.
I've discovered that in dating where I'm like, oh, I've spent a lot of time chasing the passion or chasing the butterflies.
Yeah.
And my therapist and I have been working on that a lot of being like, oh, it's the flame that burns bright burns quickly.
Yes, totally.
Essentially. And so like I've spent a lot of time chasing the like hot, intense passion at the beginning and like the sex is amazing and bleh. And then suddenly I'm like, oh my God, this person wants to hang out with me once this week. And I'm like, leave me alone. I need like, and I don't know, like I'm like seeing somebody right now who it's the first time in a long time that I actually want to spend time with someone.
That's amazing.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm trying to shift what I'm actually looking for, and I'm shifting what my priorities are, and it's not necessarily about needing. We've already covered it.
What's your sign? I forget. I should have asked this at
I'm
the
a
beginning.
Libra.
You're a Libra.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew that just from knowing you. And then what are you?
I'm a Cancer.
Too.
When's your birthday?
Oh my gosh, July 20th.
July 15th.
Oh my God, we're July
Unbelievable.
Cancers.
Oh,
my
a
gosh.
Cancer with Cancer.
Cancer with Cancer. So much Cancer 3 times.
Oh my gosh,
3
the irony.
times. I
But
love.
Cancers are the best.
Honestly, correct.
Yeah.
I love Cancers.
Yeah.
I vibe very well
I
with
love
Cancers.
Libras. Like some of my closest friends are Libras.
Oh, good.
I love.
I also are Libras supposed to have other Libra friends? Because I have to say like September, October is my busiest time of the year for birthdays because all of my friends are
Everyone's a
September,
Libra?
October Libras.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah. I mean, can you guys ever choose a restaurant though? Because like Libras
Fuck
cannot
no.
make a decision.
Are you kidding me? Unless it's Westville. I go to Westville
They're
every
like,
day.
fine, we'll go to Westville.
Yeah.
We could. Oh my God, no, totally fine if anything. But no, but this is fine.
It's so fun.
It's so fun. Oh my
my
God, it's
therapist
okay.
was making fun of me on Friday because I was using ChatGPT. I was telling him about a story where I was using ChatGPT, and I was like, "Hey, ChatGPT, can you do me a favor? I was wondering if blah blah blah." My therapist was like, "Wait, did you just ask ChatGPT for a favor?" And I was like, "Yeah,
No worries
just,
if
I
not."
don't know, like no worries. Literally, I have
worries if
literally
not.
typed "no worries if not" into
To
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Like, if you can't find it, it's all good. No
Yeah.
stress.
It's all good.
Like
Don't
I'm
strain yourself.
apologizing
So
to
funny.
Don't strain
ChatGPT.
yourself.
Such a Libra.
Actual robot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Wait, one thing I wanted to circle back to before we move on to our next question is the idea of butterflies versus like safety, because butterflies like are so
I only
fun
look
and
for
cute.
safety now.
But
I
then,
don't want
but it's
butterflies.
also butterflies are like a nervous system response that like things are.
Totally.
Yes,
But
there's
when
volatility
There's
in there.
volatility, and versus the feeling that you get when you're around someone, the body relaxation and the nervous system
No,
relaxation,
that's what I
and
want.
the like
I want that.
the regulation,
Yeah.
and that's like the person I'm seeing right now. I remember early on, I was like, whoa, my body feels so relaxed around this person in a way that it
Yeah.
hasn't ever before.
That's how I'm feeling right
Which
now,
is
which
like-
is nice.
That's
it's
great.
new.
It's
I
good.
haven't felt that in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea because
Yeah.
we want the butterflies, but it's symbolic of volatility.
Yeah.
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 And being like, did they text me? Did they not text me? Oh my
No.
God, oh my
Yeah.
God, oh my God. Okay, I'm texting too much. Maybe I'm going to say this. Like,
It ain't good.
I don't want to do that
No.
anymore.
No.
Or-
No.
Oh my
No, thank
God.
you.
Okay, actually, I want to ask you about Worst Cooks in America now. I know we've already we briefly touched on it, but also like so sad. R.A.P. Anne Burrell.
I know.
Like such sad news. Did you hear about this?
No.
Anne Burrell
Chef
passed
Anne Burrell
away.
passed away, yeah.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
it's so sad. I loved her as a cultural icon.
Yeah.
She was like my female Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
You know, I loved
yeah.
her. And I'm also born and raised on the Food Network. It was my favorite channel ever. It's all I ever watched.
Yeah.
That and the Weather Channel. I'm such a homosexual.
Comforting.
The
Yeah,
Weather Channel?
No idea. I don't know why. I
I'm
loved
such
the
a
Weather-
Food and
homosexual.
weather, two constants.
Loved the Weather Channel.
Death, taxes, food, and weather.
Weather. I think I used to be upset. So I loved the movie Twister, even though it gave me diarrhea because
It was
I was so
on-
anxious and scared. So like I loved
Helen Hunt,
Helen Hunt was so fucking hot.
Bill Pax.
Honey, Bill Pax.
It's a good movie. It's a classic.
Unbelievable. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I
It was
know.
on TV.
Yes.
Literally
I
last
know.
weekend it was on at Mitch's
my
house.
God.
I was
Did
like,
the
oh my God.
Twisters have consciousness? Because they made it seem like they were deciding to kill her grandma.
Yeah,
like,
I know. She was they were. She was going after the grandma.
Man.
I know.
The
So
wind chimes. The
good.
wind
The
chimes.
wind
Oh my God,
chimes.
that
Yeah.
movie.
We could
Anyway,
do a whole
what-
podcast about
the
Twister.
Twister.
Yeah, we could. Oh my
This
God,
is
done. This is a
great.
Twister
We're
podcast.
cutting. Okay.
I love that movie.
Oh my God.
Why
Dorothy.
was I talking about that? We were talking about it because
Oh, worst
The
cooks.
Food Network.
Yeah, Food Network.
Yeah. For some reason, I love the Weather Channel. No idea why.
Also
But-
phenomenal chef, by the way, just so you know.
Oh
I
my
don't know if you
gosh,
know,
you
and I don't know if our
couldn't have been on
listeners
Worst Cooks in
know.
America.
Phenomenal.
I know I couldn't have been on
Phenomenal.
there. But I want to ask, what is it like for you now you get an opportunity to be representative of body positivity and, plus size representation in mainstream media. What does that feel like for you, kind of putting yourself on the national stage now with a television show like Worst Cooks in America? Have you gotten any feedback? Have you gotten any hate in the comments? Like, what's happening? How's it going?
It's been interesting. I think this season was so colored by Anne's passing, and which is horrible. And she was so amazing. Like, I got to eat her food every day. Like, her food was amazing. So it's been weird that way. But luckily, no hate comments or anything. But I mean, I've always wanted to be on TV and just being representative and just being like I've always said, like, my way of being like an activist is like just being myself and being in things and being
love it.
seen, And what was cool about that whole show is if you look at the cast of the show, it's a lot of different people.
Yeah.
You see a lot of different people of racial backgrounds, like orientation, whatever. And Food Network, I feel like, has always kind of been like that.
They have.
Yeah.
They've done a pretty good job.
Yeah. And Chef Gabe, who's the other chef, swoon, gay, So how awesome is that?
Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe, exactly.
Love it.
So no, it's awesome, and like I said, like I feel like my thing is that I always just show up as myself, and that's like my way of being like, look at fat people doing stuff,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And especially, and to bring it back to opera a little for a second, like, as an opera singer, there's a stereotype that we're all going to be like these fat people with horned helmets on, but that's becoming less and less a thing.
Yeah.
And there's so much, fat phobia in show business, but even in opera where you think there wouldn't be.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I know.
what is it? What does it look like, or how has that come up, or what are some examples?
I mean, this is something that's always happening. It's like, well, it wouldn't be believable for a fat person to play the love interest.
Isn't it? It's not over till the fat lady sings.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's the
all
saying.
these stereotypes that they're trying to like throw out. But like, it's like, hello, fat people love and have love interests
Yes.
and are the center of their stories all the time. Why isn't it believable for this character to be in love or have people want them? It's
it's
that,
in that
and that's the
same
conversation.
vein of like, it's not believable if Ariel's black.
Yeah, it's like she's
a
mermaid.
goddamn mermaid.
Oh my
Fucking
god,
mermaid.
Yeah,
That discourse, like,
ridiculous.
that was.
It's as
absurd.
ridiculous as this, though.
No,
it's all the same level of ridiculousness.
it's
Of like, what do
insane.
you mean it's not believable? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Like, what are you talking
there are literally
about?
people alive in the world who have people who are in love with them, that they're in love.
Yeah.
They go through things like this too.
Yeah.
But the believable thing, and then it's like, we're singing opera, like
Yeah.
that's already ridiculous. And like sometimes I'm playing like a god or a devil or a demon or something. Like, this isn't reality.
Yeah.
But actually, in real reality, fat people do stuff, and they do
Yeah.
it all the time. So
What?
I know what. So that is really frustrating, and you still hear it all the time, and it's really discouraging because it really limits who can do well in the business. And that's true, I think, in any kind of show business. I'm sure that happens, but it's the one that I'm the most familiar with.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
luckily, I will say I am more discriminated against in opera for being sort of feminine and wearing makeup and all this stuff than being fat, because a lot of the roles that I play are like old guys or like people that aren't in love. So in a lot of ways, I'm lucky.
Okay.
But it has limited me because there are certain things where people are like, well, no, you understand, like, you could never play that role because it's not believable. And I'm like,
I
okay,
hate that.
I know.
That's so judgmental and closed-minded.
I know.
People
I know.
are boring. This
Yeah.
is what consumers of media are boring.
Yeah.
Not everyone, but it just drives me nuts. I'm like,
Yes.
can you have a fucking imagination and
Yeah.
know that like
Yes.
there are
But
other
I often
There's a
think
reason
that
why, like, the Big Bang is Big Bang Theory.
yeah,
is like
yeah.
the number one
Yeah.
highest rated show ever.
Yes.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
But I do think people underestimate the audience too. I think when they're given things that are interesting and different, they go, oh. But I
Yeah.
think like people that run these businesses often assume the worst of an audience and limit what they're shown.
Yeah.
Because they think, oh, well, they won't like that. And it's like sometimes you'd be surprised as to what the
Yeah.
public likes, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Damn, it's so annoying. I feel the same way about casting directors.
Oh, totally.
Wait, also,
totally.
let me say, I fucking love casting directors. I think casting directors are the unsung heroes of our industry. However, there are many casting directors that are on the forefront of trying to encourage inclusive
Yeah.
casting on all fronts, and I love those people. But we have a lot of old curmudgeon-y gatekeeper casting directors in the industry, probably in opera, I don't know, but
totally.
in film, television, and musical theater that are like, this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And you got to look like this and you got to sound like that. And I'm like, oh my God, it's your job as a creative, not only casting directors, but like also directors and writers and choreographers. And like, it's your job to be creative. Can't you think outside the box of what like a normal, like blonde woman with boobs playing this role? Like,
well, and
think outside the box. Be
you
creative.
probably had those conversations where it's like, well, it's just this is the industry standard. I'm like, but wait, you're the industry. You can create the standard. You know, it's very strange. Yeah.
It's so. I'm just like, oh my god, it's so annoying to me.
I know.
Oh my god, where are we
It's
at?
time.
Fuck.
Time to wrap.
Okay.
To wrap it up.
Okay, so we're trying a new segment now on the podcast. We usually do our 10 rapid fire questions, but now we're going to try something new called Muddy Moments, where we want you to, if possible, share an embarrassing, humiliating, funny, whatever story that will make us giggle, or maybe even make us like also be like, oh my god, I've done that too. Like, have you shit your pants? Have you puked in a cab? Anything.
If you
like,
need
go
a
for
moment, I can tell about my pants shitting story.
Alex shits her pants all the time.
That's on the table.
It happens.
Only if you need.
Tell me. Tell me.
Oh yeah. So I got a colonoscopy in January, my first one.
I'm so jealous.
It was amazing.
Can't
It was
wait
amazing.
for
Drew picked
mine.
me up. Drew picked me up.
did.
She was my emergency contact of the day. This did happen 2 full weeks before the colonoscopy. So it had nothing to do with any sort of prep or anything. I just was at home where I just need a runway. And I was at home and about to go for a run and literally on my way out and thought I farted and absolutely shit my pants so bad. Which in yoga pants is really interesting because it just sort of flattens and goes everywhere. And I literally just said to myself, what the hell was that? And went back to survey the damage and was like, how did this happen, girl? How did this happen? I started talking to myself like I was like, when like a kid does something wrong. Exactly. I'm not even
I always
bottoming.
worry about bottoms. I'm like, well, how are you going to be feeling the
are they
next
gonna
day?
be?
Like,
Exactly.
I just put you through all that. What's going to happen?
Oh my God. Truly.
Any bottoms here? Have to comment on this?
Truly.
Anybody?
I got a thumb in the butt recently and I was like, God
Whoa,
damn.
so
is
brave.
How did
This?
it go?
We need to talk.
Oh, we'll talk about
need
it.
to
Yeah,
talk.
yeah. That's for the Patreon. Yeah.
That's for Patreon. Thumb in the butt. And I was
bonus
like, how are they
content.
putting full penises up there? But anyways, I legit was talking to myself. I was like, hey, I'm not mad. I just want to know what happened here. Like, I just was like a kid that like is in trouble with a parent. I just like looked myself in the mirror. I was like, hey, get it together.
love it.
What was that? So that's mine. Do you have any? It doesn't have to be pants shitting. but-
I'm a lady and I'm very demure, so that's never happened to me.
Of course.
But I did text my best friend Tom earlier today. I was like, I think they're going to ask me an embarrassing story. You know everything that's ever happened to me, and give me some. But mine isn't that good because he was like, oh God, there are just too many. So I was at a party, and I'm a people pleaser, and I really want everyone to like me. And this person was telling a story, and I misheard, and I was like, wait, what? You were engineers? And I was like, oh, women engineers. Where's engineers? And he was like, women engineers. And I was like, engineers. Wow, what a great vacation spot. I've never heard of it.
I've heard it's beautiful.
Yeah.
This might be
Austria?
Yeah, I know.
engineers.
And my friend
Australia?
Tom was there, and he actually was the one that turned around listening to my conversation and was like, women engineers. And that's because I will pretend that I understood you, or like that I'll be like, really, that's so interesting because I just want you to like me.
I want to make a tourism T-shirt now that says engineers.
Engineers.
And now we say next year,
G-E-N-I-E-R-S.
engineers.
My parents went on vacation and all they got me was this stupid T-shirt from Engineers.
Engineers.
Like-
But doesn't it sound like a real place?
Honestly,
does,
It's like Geneva.
Well, there's Genovia,
Yeah,
which is from
right.
the
Princess Diaries.
Princess Diaries.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Why are they doing another one?
Yeah.
Well, they are
I
doing a
think
Prada too.
Devil Wears Prada
Devil
too.
Wears
They're
Prada
just-
too, yeah.
Let's
Also,
go to
Princess
that.
Diaries coming out too.
I think so
my
too.
God.
Anne Hathaway is having a
What a time to
a
be
real
millennial.
come
Yeah.
up.
My God, I
Practical
love it.
Magic too.
Did I listen to the Practical Magic soundtrack
Are you kidding
this
me?
week? Yes, I did, Stevie Nicks.
Practical
Yes, I
Magic
did.
is one of my favorite.
We need
know.
to do. I was
favorite
actually going to put it
movies.
on last night just as my relaxation.
It's so good.
So good.
That warms my heart so much. Practical Magic.
Practical Magic.
And it's like fall, and it's like
We're gonna have a Practical Magic
Practical
night.
We
Magic
should do it
party.
at Practical
Practical
Magical
Magic party.
episode.
You're
Maybe
invited.
that'll be my housewarming.
a practical magic party.
Practical Magic party.
Done.
Absolutely.
I love
October.
Oh my God.
You're invited.
Okay, we got to wrap this up. I'm so bummed. If you could give anybody out there that is struggling with their body positivity right now in any capacity, what would you want to say to them?
I would say you're great, but also there are so many amazing like influencers and people online who actually talk about this stuff all the time, who are way better at it than me.
Okay.
And like one of them is my friend Tracy. Like check her out. There's so many things that you're gonna see and read and go, oh, right. I don't have to hate myself. Oh, I am worthy of all these things. And there are people out there who talk about it so eloquently, and it's amazing. You can also watch our web series Angry Fat People, which is kind of old now, but there's so many great resources actually for people if they're struggling with it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, Matthew, thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much for coming on. This was the best.
My job is to be a guest on a show, so.
One step closer.
Well, unfortunately, we're not paying you, but
Closer.
That's next time.
Next time.
Yeah.
I love doing it for free.
Oh my God, I love it. I love
I
it.
love having you for free.
Oh,
It's the only way we know how.
Talk about yourself. What?
I love it. I love it. I love
we
it.
know how.
Okay, where can everyone find you on the interwebs?
Oh, so what's great is that I'm the only Matthew Anchel in the world. So everything is just my name. TikTok,
Beautiful.
Instagram,
Amazing.
My website. Yeah,
I
Matthew
love it.
Anchel. Yeah.
Okay, all right, we love you. And when's your next show at the Met? When can we see
My
you?
next show at the Met, I'm in the Magic Flute. It's the holiday show.
We're going. We're going.
That was my grandma's, like, one of their favorite. Okay, yes, I would
gonna
really
go.
like
so
to go.
great about the holiday production is it's only 90 minutes. It's a cut down version. So I always tell everyone, if you're curious about opera, go see this holiday production.
Done.
It's short. It's
Done.
pretty. It's,
So
it's
December?
great singers. Yeah, December.
Perfect.
We're going.
We're going.
Yeah.
We're going.
Can't wait. Oh my God.
Thank
oh my God,
you.
Matthew,
This
thank
was
you
so
so much.
fun.
I adore
Thank
you.
you so much.
So
Ugh,
beautiful.
the
Thank you
best.
for having me.
Everyone, thanks for listening. Make sure you like, you follow, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next week. Love you. Bye.